Oh no, the nearly identical children are all staring at me, judging me inside. Here we go, this building, the shelter. They do not stand out in many cases. Some of them are these giant estates with fences and everything, but the other ones are just another building, so the map's really helpful. Oh yeah, I remember this building.
Who will take on the responsibility for us?
You are the person that came to Maria Kaina in a dream. I recognized you straight away. My name is Laura Ravel, and this is the shelter. You are always welcome here. I gotta keep this place in mind because it might be a place you're allowed to sleep in. Why is your house called the shelter? Well, it's empty a moment. Haven't we had this conversation before? Huh. People were talking about me getting a quest and losing it, so maybe I made some kind of mistake with loading or something and lost this or something? I don't know. Well, it's empty at the moment because everyone is grief-stricken, but I usually have lots of guests. The doors of this house are always open for my friends and the friends of friends, day and night. You're very kind. Let's be friends now. I prefer being friends with everyone. You always have guests, but your face looks sad. Well, yes, I'm the mistress of this house, after all. That doesn't mean I'm a mistress, mind you, not with a capital M. I won't ever become one. But I can also serve people to the best of my ability. Who are you talking about? Everyone who sits at this table, see? They're all trying to be mysterious, but in reality, every action we take is a mere consequence of a deep wound. Our words are like the drops of blood seeping from it. Sorrow is what opens people up fully. I don't really like pathos.
Lips are too dry.
There's panic everywhere, right? The prices are rising by the hour. Not to mention we haven't received any provisions for several months. The shops are empty. The people are eager to buy anything at exorbitant prices. Everyone's trying to prepare themselves for the epidemic. I can't believe my ears. Someone has admitted that I'm right. We need to buy emergency rations. A lot of them. It will be a challenge even today, but I fear that tomorrow it will simply become unfeasible. How much do you need? We need a lot. I mean, I want at least 12 people to be able to survive for a month in the house that will become a shelter. With minimal expenses, of course. My friends and those who help me set up the place will be accepted in. Can I become one of these people? Of course. What do I need to do? I've collected all the money I could find. I've sent couriers on a shopping mission, trying to find the best prices. Now I need to collect the most important donations from the Kanes and the Oglimskis. Yulia agreed to make a donation too. I'm going to see them now, and then I'll join this crazy shop rush. You're not going anywhere. It's a general rule, Lara. Those who stay in survive. Those who go around shopping die. Get it? I do, but I'm used to doing everything myself, and I don't really have a choice right now. I'll make the purchases. I have to do a lot of walking today anyway. Tell me what you need. I need to collect Vlad the Younger's, Yulia's, and Maria Kaina's donations. Tell them that you are acting on my behalf. Then, you'll need to find the best prices to buy as much bread, smoked meat, and fish as possible. Only the products that don't go bad quickly. You'll have to take it all to the House of the Living. I'll show you where it is. Oh, this is a bad time to be stocking up. Is that what you're calling your future shelter? Lovely name. Thank you, and forgive me for burdening you with time-consuming and mundane errands, but one day, a lot of people will be very thankful that we've managed to take care of the vital issues beforehand. This work is neither very time-consuming nor mundane, and it's definitely more than a mere errand. It's a very important mission.
I think I'm fading. My clothes are worn into holes.
Why are the three ruling families at odds? The lust for profit and ambition have nothing to do with it. I think they're simply confused. A final balance point is destroyed, and our whole life is going down before our very eyes. What's the point of an equilibrium system if a single man's death threatens your whole way of living? That's how it used to be. Saparov was the official leader, but Katerina was the weakest mistress. The brilliant prophet Nina was Victor's wife, and the youngest Cain had no real power. Vlad was the richest, but Victoria stopped him from abusing his resources. So the mistress's power complemented the power of the rulers to that extent. How could it be? First of all, they could see the future. Secondly, they breathed in unison with the earth, listening to the steppe. Finally, the aura of their spiritual force could be felt physically. The mistresses maintained life in the town, changing its intensity. They were like energy clots. And that is no longer so? Nina died. The Cains would have lost the power over the soul of the town, but Simon seemed to have absorbed her spirit. Simon didn't rule, he was a creator. Katerina, who had been inclined towards darkness before, became the Black Mistress. That's pure Stone Age animism. Do you believe in reincarnation? I'm only trying to find the words that would be easy to understand. Don't you feel that this place is very different? Our town is a fragile ship that went out into the sea and got into a storm. Power balance is essential for our survival. And Victoria was your guardian? The balance was restored. When Victoria died, Katerina rushed to take her place. She was quite afraid of playing games with Mother Darkness by then. The last of the mistresses was struggling and throwing herself from one extreme to another. Her fiasco was made up for by Simon. He transferred all the executive power over to Saparov, but brilliantly held the soul of the town in his grasp. And now none of the rulers know what his family's in charge of? More or less? You have a curious idea of government around here.
Who will take on the responsibility for us?
No need to be scared. So you can straight up turn in the quest right now, it sounds like, which doesn't seem like the best move. Ooh. Oh, other tasks. I thought that was a main mission for a second there. I'm like, oh, House of Living is really important, apparently. The conflict is today's quest. The ruling families stand together, should stand together in the face of a common threat. Saparov should be granted the full extent of governing authority, but the families are not yet convinced the plague is spreading. This obstacle is not insurmountable. However, if only I knew what it was that scared Anna Angel so much. In addition to tales of the man-eater, the streets are rife with rumors of strange places and suspicious houses. It occurs to me that the children, swarming in the gutters and listening in from the shadows as they do, must learn of these places firsthand. It may be worthwhile to speak with their confidant, Victoria Oglimskaya. Victoria told me the dubious endeavors of Sticky, a street urchin. Apparently the little rascal was quite distressed by the yield of his own exploits. If I can get my hands on him, then maybe I can shake out the location of the silent house. Three loaves of bread, 3 bundles of dried fish, and some legs of smoked meat. It's gonna take a lot of donations to get that. They're super expensive right now. Unless I already have them. They said smoked meat, right? Smoked meat. I have 2 of those already.
Was it a month ago?
I don't have any bread.
I can't remember.
Whoops. That's fine. I'm supposed to get donations first. Hopefully they'll actually give the donations or we're gonna be in some trouble. See, do these beds work? Aha. Worth knowing. It appears I'm allowed to sleep here, which could save a lot of time on my long return trip at times. Maybe take a short nap from time to time. So Yulia's up here. And Sticky's up there. That's definitely the loop I'm gonna make right now. Yep, facing the right way. Let's give it a go. Is that supposed to look like a hand? Because it does. Like a hand grasping at the ceiling. Like tiny daggers up towards heaven. And the sky opens up. You could buy clothing. I probably will want to. Although I probably don't want to buy anything today. I think today's just a bad day to go to the store. Due to the obvious current variables. Every time I walk into an area, all the local little girls just stop dead in their tracks and stare at me. And only them. They're the only really weird ones. Crap. Bridge is only for stick. Not ready for stick yet. Should be a gap in the fence, according to the map. Uh-oh. Why have you done this to me, game? Why do you lie? You think somebody would do that? Just go onto a video game and tell lies? Nope. Yeah, every now and then when you walk in the brush, you get this little hint of something that obstructs your walking. And you kind of like slow down for a second. But not consistently, just really occasionally. Our character is really willing to grab random coins off the ground for somebody who's probably trained in sanitary measures.
My chest seems to be filled with cotton wool.
What is going on in the town? I wish I could go out and see for myself. What do you think, Yulia? How can I make the rulers come to their senses? The hunt for the steppe man-eater has turned into a funeral carnival. This is how the Canes are laying the keeper of our life to rest. The Canes have the power, but it feels strange to see them use it like this. The Canes are no less magnificent than their turbulent fantasizing would suggest. They hold the utmost sacral authority, one could even say. They are the architects of the law by which we are to live. Conceivably, they should do their utmost to define and implement the boundaries, which we would never transcend. After all, this is the core function of any law-making entity. But then, do you know what is especially fascinating about the Canes? The boundaries are nowhere to be seen. Isn't an outlook like this supposed to hinder a ruler? Nina, may God have mercy on her soul, ruled over this place not quite unlike a vampire would govern her flock. Wow. Interesting, because I've been looking at the analogs between this game and Vampire, the game, so having them just say that's kind of funny. Consequently, the people adore her even more now than when she was still alive. Whatever power Nina had to dominate the souls of her subjects, she hardly ever resorted to it. Not that she needed to. She was worshipped all the same, and her most inhumane endeavors were eagerly forgiven. Just some food for thought, Bachelor. Why did everyone put up with her then? The reason would be, perhaps, that whatever Nina did, she did to appease the people. However cruel her ever undertaking would illuminate the town with festivity and high spirits. There is hardly a thing that people crave more than they crave spectacle. I see.
I should let some fresh air into the room, but I don't feel like it.
I've come on Lara Ravel's request. Oh, true. She did say that she needed to buy some provisions, stock up on drinking water and whatnot. Some couriers have offered their services to me already, and then there was the profiteering peddler who visited yesterday. The mind boggles. Just to think that all this hullabaloo was caused by the death of one single man. There is an epidemic hazard. The disease we are about to face is likely more terrible than the plague, Yulia. One man's death has nothing to do with it. You amaze me, Bachelor. Did you not make fun of the Shopknock rumors yesterday? Mind you, there was some factual basis for all the hearsay. A lot of people don't have the faintest idea of what kinds of life may be found deep in the steppe. They don't even know what kind of people live there, what kind of food they eat, what kind of effigies they make out of clay. Neither do you, to be fair. Still, you don't hesitate a moment to accept a rumor of an epidemic as veritable truth. Is the concept of the disease that much more familiar to you than that of a man-eating abomination made of clay? I mean, first of all, I'm the one who started the rumor. I'm not, like, randomly believing people in the first place. I mean, I'm kind of... I don't know. We definitely have an infectious character spreading. It's simply because I have my head screwed on right, damn it. Do you trust Ruben's opinion? And what exactly does Ruben say? Did he release any results of his research yet? With all due respect, it's none of your concern, Yulia. Let us get back to more pressing matters then. Here, take the money. I am not so eager to give everything I have to alleviate the outbreak, because I've yet to see any proof that the outbreak is real. But I am well aware of the reality of Lara's drastic circumstances. I will embrace the opportunity, however slim. Hopefully, at least part of the money will be used for purposes other than this shelter she has conceived of. This is exactly the kind of blindness that kills people during emergencies. Thank you for the donation. 3,000! G-damn. Also, you could definitely just... If this is anything like most computer RPGs, you could just get all that money together and then not give it to her. Which would probably have drastic consequences. But I'm almost certain the game totally supports that as an option. You just stock up on a huge amount of money and then just use it for yourself. Like for clothes. Who wants to buy new shoes? Awkward moment when you reach for the coffee. And you're like, I'll be walking in a straight line for a while now, right? And then that's exactly when you have to turn. No, don't betray me, video game. I need coffee. Usually I get my coffee drinks in when the game's talking, but this game doesn't talk, so that's kind of a problem for me. It's very convenient when games are fully voiced. Oh, it's this damn fence. Up here then. You know, when I play all these Western RPGs that are fully voiced and talk for like half the playthrough, I'm like, oh, I have so many opportunities to just deal with coffee or do these other things while and like multitask a little bit. But when I'm doing the all of the line reads, I'm like, oh shit. When do I walk straight for a while? That's a good time to fit it in. So we met Stick a while ago, but he didn't want to talk to us. We were probably just there too early in the story, basically, to even meet him. Garbage. Garbage everywhere. Hey, you can still open it when it's on its side. And somebody's still putting stuff into it even though it's on its side. Why do you live in the creepiest house? Is this where you were before? I thought you were somewhere else.
Every joker's one step away from being a goner.
God, you're the creepiest.
Something's on. I feel makes my hair stand on end.
Want to see something fun? Sure. Look around. Some houses are always open for you. Others open for everyone only under special circumstances. If a person dies, or when there's a wedding or something. Others are only open to those who can find a creep hole in. I'm a bit too big for creep holes. Well, I collect places like that. I made a map a year ago. Now there are so many marks on it that there's no room for houses. I hid in the house for about 2 hours once. The owners were there, but they didn't notice me. Interesting.
Enough chin wagging.
Enough chin wagging, he says all proper. Will you teach me how to tell a person's expected lifespan by their pupils? I really hope you've quenched your thirst for acts of valor. I think I know what we need to be looking for. I've heard all of that stuff about a turnskin, a bloodsucker, a man-eater, about it being a man, and about it being a woman. I've heard the tales of an invisible many-headed beast that can go through walls, but that's all hogwash. There was no killer, and there is no killer, boy. There was only an accident. The killer is unusual, but it exists. We need to be looking for the carrier of the disease, right, Master? Now I hear a man talking. Who is it? A man-like creature, skin so pale that it seems to be gleaming. It comes from under the ground sometimes, turns up somewhere around the rotten field, between the cemetery and the abattoir. Have you seen it? Once. Not sure that was the thing, though. We've tried to follow it a couple of times, but it always knows it's being followed. Anyway, it fits the description. A rather strange thingy. I can even imagine why folks say it has several heads. Why? Because it does. That was a stupid joke, boy. End of conversation.
So, I've seen this haruspex. Didn't look too happy.
Everyone keeps talking about haruspex. They say that you've seen a silent house. I've seen it all right. Shouldn't have done that. Hey, can you check on me? You know, like doctors do, just in case. Although, they say if you get sick, you can feel it right away. It feels as if someone's pouring boiling tar straight into you. Yeah. He must be, maybe he's talking about this specific disease, because you definitely don't just instantly feel sick or that severe of pain from any random sickness. No fever. You're fine. So have you sneaked into infected houses? Which ones? One's really close by, just across the yard. That's one freaky place, all right. All hot and smeared with bloody fat. Ugh. They say bloody mold was crawling up the walls during the first outbreak too, like a scab. This is rubbish. A scab on stone walls? I know what I'm talking about. That thing's carrying the disease. That's why it's so creepy. What if it crawls further, and no one cares? The guys tried to tell him, if you see blood leaking from under the door, that's where a shabnak, I mean, has had a feast. But no one believes them, guys. Is it better never late than... Is it better never than late or something? Is it better never than late or something? I guess he's referring to like better late than never, but he's reversing that as if people, I think he's more or less referring to the idea, I think, of the previous person that was talking about how like the people that had like childishly act like, if I don't acknowledge it, that's like it doesn't happen, right? And it won't be real until I make the mistake of actually making it real by acknowledging it. What makes you think these houses are infected? Nothing. I'm not that sure, really, but you said yesterday Simon died of a disease, so I put two and two together. I'm not a baby. I know how things work. I don't really believe in all that steppe stuff, even though I live next to the kin. My father's father is a tanner. He says it's all hogwash, too. You don't believe in steppe stuff? What do you mean? I mean what I'm saying. I respect old customs and all, but brains are more convincing than rights. A lot of folks here believe in steppe stuff. My mom also smeared our doorstep with horse milk and put bull bones into our pillows. And so what? Did that do any good? Alright, let's talk later. No time to lose. Come, I'll show you. No, I'll show you. You're not going anywhere. You're staying home and waiting for me to return. You don't go running around. You're gonna get super murdered by all the disease.
Yep.
Listen to me, your main quest is to stay home for now. Otherwise you'll get infected and die. Do you believe me? Anyone who doesn't believe that there's an outbreak is a perfect fool. We need to block up everything. Delay is tantamount to death, right? Right, but how do you know all this? Look, when people thought a man-eater was in town, they locked their doors up. Only the brave ones didn't. Those who somehow knew that all the rumors were fibs, got it? True, I've seen a few open doors so far, and now some houses are standing ajar. They say there's moaning coming from inside, all in all. No one in their right mind would invite the disease to their home. I'd say that kind of welcome is a bad sign. So you think I'm gonna walk around pushing every door until one of them opens? What for? That's stupid. Even I wouldn't do that. There are other clues to set dangerous places apart. Ask some guys around here. As for the girls, you can ask Grace and Capella. Not Murky, though. Her imagination is getting the better of her. She makes up a lot of weird stuff that gives me chills. So the locals leave their doors open when there's no hope left. A nice custom, quite useful. So people leave their doors open when they're going to die of disease, basically? Or when there's any other reason that they think they're like... They're doomed at this point? I need to work on that reputation meter. I gotta go kill some muggers. Hey, have you seen any muggers, ma'am? Excuse me? Muggers? There's so many people to potentially look for now, that's actually a bit much. Let's see. No new notes? Nope. So Vlad, Maria, and Yulia. So I've visited Yulia. Maria's all the way down here. Yeah, that's really far off. And Vlad the Younger is right down there. So that in itself is a bit of a lap around. Where should I be going next? He didn't mark any of those people on the map for me, did he? Huh. He mentioned talking to Capella, but Capella sent me to him in the first place. Aspity. Grace? Was that one of the person he said? Wait, it's probably in today's quest. Oh, yeah. I'm to enter the silent house, so I'm to confirm the disease that killed Simon is spreading. Who other than the Bachelor Dankovsky is qualified to make that kind of verification to local authorities? Of course, I must be careful. Ruben told me that the local drugstores are running out of immune system medication. It won't tell me what half these things are. They said the silent house is across the yard? Is it like just one of these? Where the hell is the silent house? I think he just said it was across the yard. It might be this red one. The one where the original death happened. There's supposed to be a visual signifier, right? Of the mold? The blood mold. Wait, is that the blood mold? No, it's just bricks. Not noon yet. There's supposed to be one house around here that looks bad. If I can't piece it together, I might have to stop recording and watch my own recording just to double check exactly what he said. Oh, no. That's... Alright, quick save. I should not be filling my bottles with this water source, honestly. And... Oh yeah, and this is the same one where the murder happened. Or the suspected murder. It's where the person who invited me here in the first place died. So are they gonna let me in now, or is it still being guarded by two? Nope, they left. Okay, yeah, that house is clearly covered in bad. Let's try not to die. Bones. Hi. Hi, why are you in here? Shouldn't you not be around that, honestly? Who is it? Is that a person? Will you help me? What's wrong with you? Can't you see me? So hot. It hurts. My head is about to burst. Blood is curdling in my veins. I'd scream, but I don't want the children to hear. There are no children here. I keep hearing children's voices. The girls are crying. The boy is laughing. We mustn't scare them. Don't tell them, and don't let them in here. You're delirious. There's no one here. Don't come close. We are dying already. I told my sisters not to go outside, so they're shambling around the house. Who's shambling around the house and why? Just don't kill us. Don't kill them if they ask for help. Their mind is clouded with pain. They can't even find each other. They're only praying. Don't come close to them, and step away from me too. Wait, am I being followed by little girls? Make them stop following me then. Why are they constantly at my heels? They're supposed to be lying down. Take the key. You'll be able to open the door if we lose consciousness. Hold on. I like turned around like, That's the creepiest. We don't have much time left. Hurry. I want to ease your suffering. You'll be rewarded for this. Give me something. I can't stand the pain anymore. Okay, that's the creepiest shit. Go away. Dude, no. Can we talk about it? Don't breathe at me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's really creepy. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Everyone's just slowly walking towards me like, touch me. Like, you're really trapped in that situation too. There's not a lot of room to move around them.